The twin moons of Aelexia shimmered in the lavender sky, casting long shadows over the silent spires of the crystal citadel. At the center of the royal observatory, Princess Syra stood motionless, her violet eyes reflecting galaxies that no longer existed. She hadn't closed her eyes in over 300 rotations. Sleep was a memory stolen from her the night she turned 17. The ancient curse of her bloodline had returned, just as the prophets warned. Each Aelexian queen was destined to suffer in silence, gifted with immortality but cursed with sleeplessness, doomed to watch the eons pass with an ever-fraying mind. But Syra was different. She still dreamed while awake. And the dreams had grown darker. Hallucinations whispered in her ears like serpents. Phantom hands clawed at her arms when no one was near. Her people, loyal as they were, had begun to fear the strange princess who roamed the corridors in silence, muttering to stars only she could see. She needed a cure, or she would lose what little remained of herself. Far from Aelexia, on a forgotten moon orbiting the gas giant Tressos, Earth-born exo-engineer Kade Miles adjusted his heat suit and wiped sweat from his brow. The salvage colony of Scrapspire wasn't glamorous, but it paid enough to keep his ship fueled and his debts at bay. He liked working alone. Less noise, fewer complications. So when a sleek, obsidian shuttle landed without warning just outside the compound gates, Kade felt his stomach tighten. A royal emblem. Aelexian. No one from Aelexia came to the outskirts unless they wanted something. Or someone. When the ramp descended and the guards flanked a tall, cloaked figure, Kade's instincts screamed for him to disappear. But he held his ground, even as the figure pulled back her hood. She was impossibly still. Glowing skin like polished pearl, high cheekbones that hinted at noble blood, and those violet eyes. Eyes that didn't blink. "I am Princess Syra of Aelexia," she said. Her voice was melodic, yet brittle at the edges. "You are the engineer who deciphered the Arkship algorithms on Cradle 9? Kade blinked. That was 5 years ago. How did she know? "I might be," he replied carefully. "Depends who's asking and why." She stepped closer, as if gravity itself bent toward her. "I need you to fix me." They flew in silence. Syra sat by the viewport, eyes locked on distant stars. Kade watched her from the corner of his eye. She didn't speak again for hours. No food. No drink. No signs of rest. Her stillness was unnatural, eerie. It wasn't until they reached his workshop, nestled in a carved-out asteroid chamber, that she spoke again. "The curse binds my neural matrix. Aelexian minds are connected to the dream stream, a collective consciousness of memory and rest. Mine is fractured. Cannot enter it. I do not sleep. I do not dream. I only observe." Kade ran a hand through his short hair. "That sounds like a quantum entanglement malfunction. Your neural link may be rejecting synchronization." Her eyes sharpened. "You believe you can repair me?" He hesitated. "I can try." But as the days turned into nights, meaningless to Syra, he realized this was no simple tech issue. Her neural net was ancient, interwoven with biological coding and cosmic energy patterns beyond human science. More than that, she was deteriorating. Her body showed no age, but her mind. It cracked more with each sleepless cycle. She began talking to shadows, staring into empty corners. Once, he found her scribbling symbols on the walls with her fingernail. He should have sent her back. But he couldn't. She intrigued him, haunted him. Each moment she shared was a glimpse into a galaxy-spanning history. The legacy of a race teetering between omnipotence and madness. And beneath her cold exterior, he sensed something fragile, desperate. He began recording her episodes, analyzing her brainwaves, and feeding pulses into a simulated dream stream he built from scratch. Still no breakthrough. Until the nightmare. Kade awoke to screaming. He rushed to the lab, finding Syra writhing on the ground, eyes wide open but unfocused. Her body convulsed as if caught between dimensions. Then she gasped and sat up, pupils dilated, chest heaving. "I saw something," she whispered. "A man in the void. He looked like you." Kade knelt beside her, touching her shoulder. Her skin was ice cold. "That's impossible. You can't dream." "I didn't. You did." A silence stretched between them. Kade's hands trembled. He'd fallen asleep with the Dreamstream simulator running, and linked to her cortex. Somehow, their minds had connected. The next experiments were intentional. Each night, Kade entered the simulator with her neural signature connected to his. Together they walked surreal dreamscapes, floating cities, endless oceans, and broken memories stitched together like puzzles. She began to speak in these dreams, more freely than when awake. He learned about her childhood in the palace, her rebellion against the fate dictated by birth, and her refusal to become a queen of silence. He shared his past too. His broken family on Earth, the war he fled, the friends he buried. Each night their bond deepened. Each morning Syra seemed more lucid. Her hallucinations faded. Her voice regained strength. She even smiled once, just a flicker. It made Kade forget the void that had always lived in his own chest. But the Aelexians noticed. They came for her in a dread cruiser of obsidian and gold, demanding the return of the princess. "She has trespassed into forbidden realms," boomed High Chancellor Varric. "The dream stream is sacred. What you have done is blasphemy." Syra stepped forward before Kade could argue. "I was broken. He made me whole," she said, eyes blazing. "I will not return to the silence. You defy your bloodline. I defy the chains forged by fear." The Chancellor raised his hand. Energy pulsed. Kade lunged. Flash of light, pain, darkness. He awoke in the dream stream. But not his simulator. This was different. Life. He floated in a starlit ocean with Syra beside him. She wept silent tears. "They struck you down," she said. "Your body sleeps. Maybe forever. But I pulled your mind here. You're with me now." He looked around. "Am I dead?" "No," she said. "But you gave up your waking life for me." He took her hand. "Wasn't much of a life without you in it." The stars around them pulsed brighter. Suddenly the dream stream shifted. Voices, millions, rushed in. Aelexian minds, ancestors, all converging. "You did it," Syra whispered. "You rewrote the link. Through you, I dream." Her curse had not been lifted, it had been bypassed. Love, sacrifice, and shared humanity had cracked the code even the ancients couldn't break. Back on Aelexia, the High Council declared the curse transformed. Through her connection with Kade, Syra became the first Aelexian to bridge the waking world and the dream stream, an empress of both realities. She ruled wisely, walking both the starlit halls of her kingdom and the lucid realms of dream. And in her private chamber, a stasis pod glowed softly. Within it, Kade's body slept in peace, his mind forever linked to hers. Every night they met again, on floating bridges of memory, in gardens carved from forgotten songs, in galaxies that only they could touch. For though he slept and she now dreamed, they would never again be apart.